Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. So, I'm back out on a little bit of set aside, and I've got a few different options. There's different fields that I can jump into, so we'll see. Sometimes you turn up quite a few things, other times not so good. We've had a lot of rain in the last couple of days, some really heavy downpours. The ground is quite wet. You can see a few horses' footprints. You can see it leaves my welly mark, so that's good. A little bit of water always helps with the signals, so fingers crossed it's going to turn up some good finds. I've been doing quite well, had my dry patch for a couple of weeks, and thankfully bounced back, and I've turned up quite a few nice things in the last few outings, so fingers crossed. Stay tuned. We've also just broke the 6,700 subscriber mark, so welcome aboard to the new subscribers. Right, let's see what we can get. And I also forgot to say, I'm obviously on the XP DEUS II, but I'm going again with program number 3, the sensitive full tones, and I've changed it to the square tones from the PMW or the PWMs. Right, let's go. Not even walked 3 foot and I'm in with a signal. Solid 52. Not really expecting a coin at that, but I don't know, maybe a button, maybe a buckle, maybe a bit of lead, or maybe just a bit of junk. But let's see what we get. And right enough, we're straight in with a little bit of lead. Don't lick it, don't touch it too much, don't rub it. But a bit of colour to it, been in the ground a while, and as I always say, it's always a good sign. Generally fields that produce lots of bits of lead always end up producing something good, and normally it's something medieval, so fingers crossed. And we're in with another one. We've only been going 2 minutes, we've got 2 signals, diggable signals in the first 2 minutes, so this one coming in a bit erratic, 77, 75, 74, 68, well it's getting worse, but it's going all the way up to 86. It's a bit iffy, but it's not giving any single digits. We'll give it a go. Let's see what we get. No pinpoint probe required. Do you see what I see? Right in the middle. Don't know why it was such a bad signal, because that looks like a quite nice little domed button, which normally comes through really nicely. And it's decorated. Maybe a dragon or a horse or something on there. Still got the loop. And a maker's mark as well, probably somewhere in London. There normally always seem to be somewhere in London. Right, we'll give it a little clean up off camera, a wee rub-a-dub, and I'll get back to you. Well, this is the back, and that's really annoying because I should be able to read that, but I can't. I think it's REG, and then I think it actually says the word button, BUTTON. Then there's, I'm not sure, work maybe? Workman? I don't know. But the other side is much better. And I got one of these buttons a few days ago. This is a military button. So I think I sort of saw it from that way around. It looked like maybe a dragon or something, but it's not. It's a general service button. You've got the lion on the left, you've got the unicorn on the right, and this is, I think, from the period of the Second World War. And the unicorn on the right is the national animal of Scotland, for anyone who didn't know that. Never tell a Scotsman, or woman, or child, that unicorns do not exist. Right, probably dates to 1939, 1945. We are on an old shooting range. And just spotted a big old greeny brown coloured bit of glass, big chunk of glass. think it's actually an off dark green colour. And it came out the same hole. Probably part of an old beer bottle or a ginger beer bottle, something like that. Maybe the soldiers having a bit of fun time. This is a weird one. It's coming through as 91, 93, 92, 94, but very strange sort of sound. So I'm going to dig it up anyway. Why not? Let's investigate. The plug is out, so we're down about 6 inches and still in the hole. Sounding much better, a solid 91 now. So, I don't know, maybe a wee cheeky coin. That would be nice in the first 15-20 minutes. We've got something, and it is green, and it is round. Do you see it? Right there is an edge. Look at that. That is definitely something circular. But it's not a coin. It is not a coin. Right, I'm going to need to loosen up around it with the spade. I do have a little hand trowel, but shock horror, I've forgotten to bring it. Let's get this out and see how big it is and get a better look at it. And here it is. Actually came out pretty easily. It looks like it's almost like a little sort of tin, or maybe the bottom off of a shell casing. It's been trimmed down. I wonder if there's any marks on the bottom. Can't see anything obvious, but let's give it a proper wee clean up and see if there's any detail or decoration on it. Can't see anything obvious, although I can't get all the mud off, and I can't find a stick to dig the inside out, not helped by the fact, oh, there's a stone in it. That came out. Looks like it's been brass or copper, but it does look like it's maybe got a dimple right in the middle, like maybe it's been struck. But maybe that's just a coincidence. Could it be some sort of trimmed down shell casing? Or is it just some sort of little box or container that's lost its lid? Well made, whatever it is. Who knows? Let me know in the comments below. This one is a little bit not quite right, but it is a solid 86, 87, which my experience already tells me is coin territory, maybe a penny. Let's have a look and see. We have got our first coin, I think, and I think I know why it was not a great signal. This is the clod, and now it would have been obviously like that with the grass at the top, but look, if I open that parting, it is a coin and it is almost perfectly on its edge, and it's George the V. Big gorgeous George is back. Can't get away from this guy. He is by far the most common king that we seem to discover, or queen for that matter. I would say George V is number 1, followed by Queen Victoria is probably number 2. So let's give it a wee rub-a-dub and see. Unfortunately it started to rain again, so we'll get Georgius V, by the grace of God, King of the Britons, Defender of the Faith and Emperor of India. And it's 1 penny as predicted. Date wise 1917. I think I got a 1917 the other day. So just towards the end of the First World War. 1 penny with Britannia seated. And George V, as you've heard many times before, was euthanised by his own doctor so that his death could be announced in the morning papers instead of the afternoon editions. Back in the days when they used to produce a morning and an afternoon edition, it was deemed by his doctor that he wasn't going to make it anyway, so he decided to finish him off to make sure that he was dead in time to be printed in the morning papers. More becoming of a king. What a way to go. Excellent. Coin in the first half hour. This one came through as a 94 and I caught a little glimpse of the silver and I thought, you beauty, but it's a crimped bottle top. You can just make out though it's got a little crown decoration. Came through as 94, So it's made of aluminum or aluminium, but as you can see it's got a little crown on top, so if anyone knows if that's a particular symbol, I'm guessing this is probably off of either beer or whiskey. So if you know, let me know. It's fairly raining at the moment, so I'm just taking my phone out, or my camera out, as little as I can. This one came through as a 74, so it wasn't brilliant, so I just thought let's dig it first and see what we get. And Gesundheit. We got a little thing. Initially I thought bronze, but it's not, it's made of lead. So what is that? Made of lead. Some sort of coupling or connection or tie down. Who knows? But junk. Damn, I doubled back and looks like someone was having a bit of an alcoholic beverage in this spot. I'm just next to where I got the other one, although no crown on this one, but clearly there's a bit of a drinking den going on in this field. We're in with an 82 somewhere there. 82 solid, which is halfpenny territory. Let's see. Alas, I don't think we've got a coin. I think we've got a button. I just caught a glimpse of one as I turned over that second little spadeful somewhere about here. Is that it there? Oh, that's a stone. There it is. It is a button, but it's a good button. Oh, focus. It is a military button, a type that I've had quite a few of, and you can see some lettering on the back too, so good. Looks like another World War I or World War II era button. I'll give it a little rub-a-dub and get back to you. Again, my eyesight is not good enough to read the letters, probably the exact same thing as the other one said, but do let me know if you know. I'm sure I could look these up. And this is a type I've had a few of this year, never mind over the 20 odd years I've been doing this, but that is, I think, one of the artillery regiments. You can see a cannon with a crown above it. I don't know, I should know this, but I've forgotten. Let's say it's the Royal Artillery, how about that? And you can let me know if you think otherwise, but I'm sure this is a First World War era button. I'm sure this is maybe even the 1890s into the 1910s, but let me know in the comments. Nice find. And this one sounded like a coin, but readout was only 74, and it looks like it's been part of a mechanism. See the sort of cog there. Not sure, maybe either some sort of agricultural thing, or maybe part of a timer for a mortar or hand grenade or such like. But either way, it's junk. Find so many of these and I don't know what they are. They've always got this kind of groove on one side. They're almost like made of bronze or gunmetal or something. They've got these ridges, sometimes they've got a hole through there. I've no idea what they are, but I seem to find them all the time when I'm out in the fields. But they are junk. Just annoying because they sound really nice. It's the rain's on again, and I've got one here, it's promising again. It's 86, 87. Sounds like it could be deep, but it could also be another one of those little grooved bits of metal which just came in just over there to the right hand side, so sounded exactly the same. Well, that was a high readout, but it is a bullet. It is a bullet. 303 calibre, I'm reckoning, which was a standard British Army issue. But we are on an old shooting range, so it's to be expected, but normally they wouldn't come in that high. Oh well. We could have a coin. We just wipe the screen. Oop, bit of mud on it. So we're on the Sensei FT Program 3 again with the square tones. Solid 89 Could we have some silver? We could. Let's see. Well folks, I think the XP DEUS II might have done it again. I think we've got a big silver coin. A big silver coin right there. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh, it's moving. Sitting on a stone. Sitting on a stone. Good. Got to get it out. Oh, still quite solid. I tell you, the ground is, my God, a nightmare to dig. Look at all the stones, all the wee chuckies. It's like digging through gravel. It's amazing how much the field can change in a really short space of time. Oh, I think it's a big silver coin. Big silver coin, I think. Is it loose? Oh, still pretty solid. Right, that should be it now. There we go, it's coming. It is coming. Oh, what have we got? Oh, it might be a big crown maybe. It's a little bit bent, whatever it is. It's a little bit bent. What have we got? Is that a crown? Is that a man in a crown? Or a woman? It's pretty stoked on there. I've got letters. Right, whoa. What is that? Right, I'm going to have to go and give this a wash. Bear with me. I will be right back. That might be a head there. Maybe two heads. That is a head. Right, not going to do anything else. I'm desperate to rub it, but I know you're all shouting at the screen right now. Let me have a little rub-a-dub. I'll get back to you. Don't go anywhere. Well, the XP DEUS II has done it again. Well done, Sensei FT, Program 3. It's not a silver coin. It was right there. I filled the hole in. Sorry, I've made a bit of a mess, but don't worry, it's set aside so the farmer won't kill me. And it's a medallion. It's a commemorative medallion, and I think Fletch or Marty or maybe even Pete had one of these in a neighbouring field. It is, I guess, Britannia, because there's a trident, there's a shield with the Union Jack on it. And as you see, it's pretty, it's got a hole in it. So it's been worn on a chain, or maybe on a key fob. But that is Edward V11. It's Eddie. It's Big Teddy. Teddy the 7th. And Her Majesty Queen Alexandra, 1902. So that was his wife, Alexandra of Denmark. And he was the son of Queen Victoria, the oldest son. He had to wait the best part of 60 odd years for his mother to shuffle off the planet before he got the chance to take the throne. And he was a heavy smoker, heavy drinker. What was he, 60 fags and 60 cigarettes and 20 cigars a day, plus a heavy drinker of beverages. 1902 is the year that he was crowned, and I'm guessing it was June the 26th. Now, I just can't quite make out the bit at the bottom. Let me just zoom in on this. County? Borough? No, borough. County Borough of County Borough. That's English. We don't have boroughs. Certainly not spelt like that. County Borough of W-I-G, Wigan, W-I-G-A-N, it is. I think it is. The county borough of Wigan. What the hell is that doing in Perthshire? Probably brought up with the army, I suppose. Or maybe a farmer. It's been fairly battered about, but it's in not bad condition. So, Edward the Seventh, nice to see you again. He's quite a rare man to find in a coin, so even better to find him in medal form. Soil's absolutely baked on it, but that's great. Just a shame it's so badly damaged, but that wasn't me. It's obviously been rattling about in the field for 120 years. That's what happens. But that is a cracking find. Really happy with that. Can't say I've had one of them before. The county borough of Wigan. Thank you very much. Okay, this is going to be my last signal, I think. 87, 88. Who knows? Could be a coin. We're out relatively shallow, sort of, what was that, maybe 4 inches at the most, if that, but, oh, it's there. I was just about to do the bzzz, bzzz effect for you. I think we've got a coin to finish up. Looks like a penny. It is. And there is Britannia. There is Britannia. It's got a lovely patina to it. 1 penny. 1915. 1915. You know who that is. Big Georgie. Gorgeous George. Yet again. Can't get away from this fella. Right, let me give it a wee rub-a-dub. I'm putting more mud on it than I'm getting off. Okay, I'll spare you the Georgius V, blah 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 blah. You know what it all means. So George V, 1 penny, and 1915. So almost slap bang in the middle of the First World War. Now, I know a lot of people are like, how come you get so many coins? How do you get so many coins? Well, it appears for 2 reasons. First of all, this site that we're on is an old military site that was used from around about the 1890s all the way through into the 1950s. And obviously the 2 biggest things that happened during that time were World War I, which was 1914 to 18, and then Second World War 1939 to 45. So either side of both of those wars there seems to have been a real step up in the number of people who were being trained or who were practicing on these fields. And George V happened to be on the throne during the First World War, when he was actually at war with his own cousin, Kaiser Wilhelm II. And that's part of the reason why we find so many coins of him off this field especially. But the other reason is that these fields have been heavily worked for agriculture for hundreds and hundreds of years, and most people would carry money on them, which they would obviously lose as they were bending over and picking stuff up. And this is from a day long before tractors, when fields were harvested and planted by hand and then obviously tended to as they grew. And people were dropping buttons, coins, especially coins and especially buttons, but all sorts of things. You get some of the weirdest things in fields. But that has been a very good afternoon. I'm just trying to find my my top find, which I have lost in the depths of my pocket. Right, wait a sec, I'll try and find it. My God, that was harder to find in my pocket than when it was in the ground. So here we are. This is the star find of the day. Commemoration of the coronation, not commemoration. June the 26th, 1902, from what looks like the county borough of Wigan. You get the strangest things in fields, you really do. Edward the Seventh and his wife, Queen Alexandra of Denmark, 1902. So that is star find. Yes, a bit buckled, a bit damaged, but it is a very unique find, and that's what keeps you coming metal detecting. Some of the things you find in fields, you just wonder, how on earth did they get there? It's a hobby that just keeps you coming back for more. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be quite busy for the next 10 or 12 days, and as a result, I think you're going to probably not see me for a week. I'll see what I can do. I'll maybe even see if I can stitch a few old videos together or something for you, just to keep you all entertained. The best of the best of, or something like that maybe. But in the meantime, just over 6,700 subscribers, so thank you for all the new subs. Give me a like, give me a follow, and I will see you on the next dig. Thanks for watching.